Hello and welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
And I am Stacey Earlywine, and we are happy once again to be with you today.
We sure are.
Yeah, I think summer's upon us.
It is. It is bright and sunny outside right now and warm. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. You know, it's like, I feel like we had an extended spring.
Yeah?
Because I don't feel like spring came, you know, because like right now.
It was cold. It was a cold
normally
spring.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Right now, and it's been beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful outside.
Yeah, it's like perfect weather right now.
Yeah, my flowers look amazing.
Mine are looking really good too.
Everything's blooming and wonderful. But you know what's weird to me?
What?
Is do you know that, like, it seems like all the flower places, like, once they go through this time in May, it's like almost hard to find like flowers. Like if like you kill something like in the beginning of June because they're like gone.
Oh right, yeah, that happened to me last year. I went to replace a rose bush, and they still had rose bushes, but they were a little picked over.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my hands. I'm gonna plant a couple blackberry.
Oh yeah,
bushes, but
I bought some of those once for my mom and dad.
How'd they do?
Well. They did okay, I think, for a little while, but they live in the country, and they were planted a little close to a farm field. I think they accidentally got sprayed.
Oh, okay. Well, because I'm wanting to kind of put them out, but I'm thinking next to that white fence of mine, will they get blueberry? Will they stain my fence, my white fence, if I get blackberries out there?
I have no idea. But you know, when you buy them, you can pick some that are like seedless like you can buy ones that don't have all the seeds in them.
I think that's what I bought.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna try. They said I've got till the end of May. So what I got today and tomorrow?
Yeah.
So I better get that on that today since I'm working tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to do that today, actually.
Okay. Well, I think that's what I'm gonna do this afternoon when I get home is do some I love blackberries. They're my favorite berry.
I don't like them at all.
You don't?
No, I don't. I never have. I don't like blackberries. I don't like raspberries, and I barely like blueberries.
I love
strawberries.
I love Now, raspberries are kind of a weird texture for me. I think they're kind of mushy.
I just don't like the flavor. So anything raspberry flavored,
Even a snow cone?
No, never. Nope. Even if it was Jim's homemade ice cream with raspberry flavor, I'd be like, gotta pass, Jim.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't do raspberry.
Well, you know what, Beth? This show today is going to bring back so many memories.
It is. When I was researching it, I was like thrown back into
the
'80s.
It was great. So should we tell them what it is? Do you want to sing the little bit of it? Ready? Here's our show today. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison.
So for you Clay County natives, you probably know exactly what we're going to talk about. Now, for some of you that live outside of our main Clay County area, you might be a little bit confused.
I bet there are people in New York watching our show going to know what we is.
Yeah. I mean, we were famous for a little while in the 80s when we had a little prison rap going.
So we're going
to talk about that later.
Prison rap. It's
prison
great.
Rap.
Those gentlemen, I don't know. They all might be gone. Are they all passed? We'll talk about that there.
I don't know. We'll get into
can't
that
remember.
A little
bit. But anyway, oh my gosh. So since we started doing this show, you know, we opened up with an ad, and I bought all those Better Homes and Gardens magazines. Who brought me in this magazine? Went blank. Anyway, this magazine is a Woman's Day from September 1950.
Oh, cool.
And it was 5 cents.
5 cents for Woman's Day.
What's crazy about this Woman's Day magazine, there's nothing on the front cover except for this. Ty, could you look at this? Look at those adorable babies.
Oh,
look at those puppies.
And so there's no headlines, no clue about what's inside. Like, read this fantastic article.
No.
5 ways to train your puppy. Like, nothing like that. Just,
no.
And you know, it's enough. I want to buy it.
I want those puppies.
Thanks for not trying to oversell it, Woman's Day.
Right? Woman's Day. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. Good job, Woman's Day.
I mean, I'm anxious if anybody else, any of my customers have been great. They've been bringing in old newspapers. They've been bringing in old yearbooks. We got so much stuff. It's going to be, it's great.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's awesome. But anyway, our ad is on, what page am I on? 105 of this magazine. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Ty, let's get up our, look at this. Get Libby's Twice Rich Tomato Juice. Ooh. Now, Libby's has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Wherever we go, Libby's is best. Look at how mom and daughter are dressed alike.
That's so cute.
But look, Mom's got her super cute white gloves on.
Oh.
See?
Just one. The other
Just one. Well,
she took the glove off to hold her tomato juice. Because why would you drink tomato juice in white gloves?
Why would you do that?
But she's demonstrating that you should still have your gloves on because you're a lady in the Wild West. And you just take one off to drink your tomato juice.
Right? Rich in flavor, rich in vitamins. Look to Libby's for perfection. Libby's tomato juice. Get Libby's twice rich tomato juice. I don't know. I just love the ad because I liked the mom and daughter. How cute are they?
Yeah, they're super cute. And let's just talk about this brand for a minute because it is still around. I mean, Libby's Pumpkin is what I think is pumpkin that we usually buy.
Oh, that's right.
And it's that same font, that same script in the word. I don't remember ever buying their tomato juice, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
around.
I think I don't think I wonder if you can still get Libby's. I don't know if you can or not get Libby's tomato, but I love the way it's still the same writing and everything.
That's
that's where ads at. You gotta, for as much as everything changes, you gotta stay recognizable.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't want to be changing your logo all the time.
No.
You want to stay recognizable. But anyway, so how much fun.
Yeah, love
Little Libby's. So if you're going to make some chili today, because it's going to be like 90. Okay, weird question. How many of you people out there love chili so much that you make chili all year long?
My hand is not raised.
Your hand is not raised. I make chili all the time. I love soups anyway. But
I do. I love soups. And if I lived alone, I might do that, but I don't, and so my family is like,
darn it, I don't live alone.
No,
there's people in my house.
Yes, and they're picky about what they will eat, and so if I tried to make chili in the middle of the summer, they would think I had lost my lid. They would be like,
they
Mom's
do eat
lost
chili
it.
though.
Everyone likes chili. I think.
Yeah, I don't think soup is just for fall and winter.
Yeah,
soup is meant all the time. And
I agree.
Oh yeah, I love soup.
I love soup too. Yeah, I love a good vegetable soup.
Me too.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, yeah, I like them too. Okay, now I'm getting hungry, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So.
All right, so let's touch base just a little bit about Is We Is. So the year, take me back, Flora, 1987.
I was in second grade.
I was
second.
You were in second grade? Well,
second or third.
In 1987, I had graduated from, I just went to OCC, and in 87, I was actually living my heyday down in Panama City Beach with my sister Diane.
Oh, no, you weren't here for Is We Is?
I was not here for Is We Is, no. I missed all the parades. Stacey was having a good time down in Florida.
I bet.
Oh, my gosh. Panama City Beach in 1987 was amazing.
Yeah.
I worked at a hair salon during the day, and I worked at an amusement park at night.
Oh, wow.
Had so many friends. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know why you came back.
Well, Jim.
How did I know?
Yeah, I moved away. My sister Diane had lived down in Panama City for about 10 years and was basically a beach bum. And so I wanted to go down and stay down there that summer of 87. About that time, Mom and Dad were tired of taking care of Diane. So they're like, you're coming home and going to school. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm staying down there because Jim and I had just met. And anyway, I was down there so anyway, Dad was like, go down. Diane came back, and then Dad was like, go down and get Stacey, and don't come back without her, Jim.
No.
So Dad made me, because he was afraid I'd repeat the 10 years that they paid for Diane, but I had a little bit more sense than Diane.
Diane's hopefully not watching this. We love you, Diane.
But he came back, and I told Jim the other day, we were talking, I said, why did we come back to Illinois? Why didn't you stay with me in Panama City Beach? Yeah, why did we come back? Well, at the time, Jim was a draftsman. He was working for NAL, and he was getting ready to go to school, and he was going to school to be an engineer. And in Panama City Beach at the time, not a lot of jobs for him.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about. Like, what the people that live there, yes, we admire them, and we're like, we want to live there, but is there a lot of industry there?
No.
What do they do for a living?
It's all tourism. Tourism, retired in tourism. So there was nowhere for us to go back then. And back then in Panama City Beach, whenever the snowbirds did come in, but when that season was over, come come the end of August, that place was dead. Like right now, even now, it gets a little bit dead now, but literally, yeah, it's still bumper to bumper traffic even in the off season. Back then, you could literally drive. I could go from like where my mother's house was at on Laguna Beach, drive all the way down to Thomas Drive in probably 10 minutes. Where today, if you're down there right now, it's going to take you 2 hours.
Oh wow!
Because it's bumper to bumper. But yeah, I'm like, why did we come back to Illinois? Jim was like, well, because I didn't have a job. I'm like, we back then when we could have been poor and been okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know where we chased that dog.
I don't know, but I'm
anyway,
glad you're here.
I wasn't here in 1987. So.
I wasn't here in 1987 either. I lived in Harrisburg at the time, but since my family was from here, when all of this We Is stuff that we're going to talk about blew up, we came back. We were here for the parade and everything.
Oh, you were, so you remember the parade?
Oh yeah, I remember the Spencer Christian.
I was going to say you would, and I
remember all of this.
We did. We covered Spencer Christian
already
on our famous people. Actually, that was one of our very first shows.
Yes,
but we'll come back with more Is We Is after we take our first commercial break.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Okay, welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today we are talking about Is We Is or Is We Isn't
Gonna get ourselves a prison. But you got to do it a little bit twangier. That Is We Is or Is We Isn't Gonna get ourselves a prison. That's better.
So, big question. Why did we do this? Why? Let's first tell you why we did, and then we're going to show you what it was exactly and who was in it. We're going to go over the whole who, what, when, where, why.
The whole greatness of Is We Is.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. This was interesting to me. Did you realize that Flora, first off, we were doing it so we could get a prison.
That's right.
We wanted the prison
jobs. We wanted the jobs. So,
and I actually found out that this was actually the third time Flora had tried to get a prison to come to Clay County.
The city of Flora had been working for 6 years to encourage the state of Illinois to give us jobs, and that's what our community needed. And there was a state prison that was going to be built somewhere. Hadn't been announced where, and Flora was in desperate need of jobs. Clay County was in desperate need of jobs.
We were at that point, we were at 18% unemployment.
Yeah.
We had just lost two of our main industries at that time.
This would have brought 400 jobs thereabouts to Clay County.
Yeah, how many? What was that was 400 jobs. It was 750 bed medium security, an annual payroll of $10 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this crew decided to go the extra mile
Well,
to get Governor James Thompson's attention. Now, that was one of Illinois' governors at the time that I don't think that one ever spent time in prison. But many of our governors have.
I don't know if old Jim Boy went to prison
I don't
or
know,
not.
but,
there was another town. I don't know why they never gave it to Flora, because we went all out because they didn't get it the first time. Then the second time it went to a town, and Jim Thompson said. There was a quote from Jim Thompson said that town went all out. They decorated their downtown. They decorated the football field, wanting this prison. So that's when Bill Snyder and Jack Thatcher got the ding, let's do something.
Yeah,
and
to catch
Flora
their eye.
went completely all out, and he still didn't give it to us.
Yeah, no, because it was probably already decided.
Well, it's already political. By
It's
the
political.
time, it's all political. It depends
But
on where
anyway,
your lobbyists are at.
These
yeah.
Flora men decided to use humor to make to try to get a serious need taken care of. And I didn't know they made a country western song first. Did you know that?
What?
It was called All We Want's a Prison.
What?
That was a country western version. And then they followed that with a prison video, Is We Is or Is We Isn't.
A country. Is it? Well, show me your record, Beth.
Yeah, so this is my record
Woohoo!
that I got in 1987.
Did you try to match today? Did you try to match your sweater with your record cover?
Yes.
I love it.
But I didn't know if that All We Want's a Prison is on the flip
Well,
side.
how
maybe.
weird.
It is, because as soon as I read that, it's on the flip side of this
Well,
record.
how do we not know that?
Because when I read that again, I'm like, I kind of remember hearing that. Let me tell you guys, this is the cover to my record. When I was a kid in 1987,
so cute.
all through the 80s, I had my record player.
Woo, there's
and
Beth.
I listened to this all the time on my record player in my
Is that
room.
not the greatest thing you've ever seen?
I had several records, but this one was like my favorite, and I would listen to these songs all the time. So there's two on this record.
I love it.
There's Is We Is on one side and All We Want's a Prison on the
So do
other.
you remember? So who wrote All We Want's a Prison? Did Bill Snyder write it too? Because We Is.
Words and music by Bill Snyder.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, it was real whiny and like, All We Want's a Prison. Like that.
Well, Bill Snyder was a genius.
Yeah.
He was hysterical. Oh my gosh, and he could write, because Bill Snyder and Shirley were responsible for the first 5 or 6 writings
Depot
of
shows.
the Depot shows. And Bill Snyder was an absolute comedic genius. He was a great guy, but he didn't perform in it, which is shocking to me.
Yeah, he was kind of,
If I wrote it, I'd have been one singing it.
yeah.
I'd have been singing about them prison blues.
Well, anyway, so basically this group of men formed a group called the Barbed Wire Choir.
Barbed wire choir.
Barbed wire choir.
Barbed wire choir. Boy, that's a tongue
So
twister.
Bill Snyder wrote this song, and then they made a music video that we are actually going to show you. It's like a 2-minute clip of
it's 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
Right. I think the video might be a little bit different, but anyway, so they are all in costume, and they made this rap video, and then viral wasn't a word, and it was a word in 1987, but it didn't mean what it means today. It meant that, someone had a viral illness.
Okay, so real talk. The fact that this baby blew up the way it did without YouTube, without the internet, without Twitter, without Facebook.
Yeah, it is on YouTube now.
It is, and it's so funny.
But back then, of course, there was no YouTube.
So
There was nothing.
1987.
How did it blow up? The news media picked it up. This thing, ABC picked it up, NBC picked it up, CBS.
Ugh.
And then we're going to go into
We'll
that
get
in a
into
little bit.
detail about that, but I don't think we should make our viewers wait any longer for this glorious video.
Okay, let's see it.
Let's see it.
Dear God. Down here in Flora, Illinois, we still think that you're our boy, but is we is or is we isn't? Gonna get ourselves a prison.
Is we is or is we isn't? Gonna get ourselves a prison.
I'm Charlie, mayor of a town. People call from miles around. Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison?
Is we is or is we isn't? Gonna get ourselves a prison.
I'm Jack, I represent the press. Got a question, please say yes. Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison?
Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison?
I made, I sang the prison song. God, what's taking you so long? Is we is or is we isn't? Gee whiz, all we want's prison.
Is we is or is we isn't?
I'm Willie, the chief of Snoop. My last name's Thompson, just like you. Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison?
Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison?
I'm Bill, I'm probation boss. I hope we got our point across. Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison?
Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison?
Is we?
Oh,
Okay. So,
bravo!
Bravo!
Bravo! Bravo! What's up with the cow at the end?
He goes, no, he goes, here's we. Yeah, he moves it. If you listen, they've adjusted it. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He moves, is we.
Why, goodness sake.
Yeah, so that's it. That's the is we is or is we isn't video. And
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so it went all over the news.
It went everywhere.
And
tell us, Beth, who's in our
Okay.
barbed wire choir.
Okay. So Willie Thompson was the new police chief that was dancing there on the sidewalk, and that was actually in front of like where Dollar General is
Southern
now.
Gardens, yeah.
Frank Meatball Zimmerman.
Who I'm in love with.
The name.
He's so cute.
Yeah, he is cute. He is a retired railroader, and he's the one that was dressed as the prisoner.
The prisoner.
Yes, that is Ted. I believe Ted Whitehead's dad.
Ted Zimmerman.
Ted Zimmerman. Yeah, Ted Zimmerman. And then Whitney Ruger that runs.
Oh, Pip and Kate. There's Grandpa.
That would be her grandpa. Yeah.
So when you go into Pip and Kate this week, say, I saw your grandpa. And by the way,
yes. Okay. Bill Ridgway was the probation officer, the one that was in the courtroom. A man named Mike Springston, who I'm not familiar with. He was an editor, I think maybe at the paper, but he's the one that was like wearing a bucket around him and holding the sign that said Flora.
How cute is he right from the beginning?
I don't know if you can see him. Yeah.
That's here. He's zooming in, Beth.
Okay,
go back
zooming.
to it. Yeah, right there. He looks really familiar to me.
Yeah.
I need a job.
Mike Springston. Ty, you might just zoom in as I hold this up around all of them. So then the one here by my finger, that one is Ed Guyett.
Yeah.
And then down here is Jack Thatcher. He was a friend of ours, and I miss him dearly.
Yes.
He ran the Advocate Press newspaper.
He was my father's best friend. They were in each other's weddings.
Let's see, up here, the one that looked like Boss Hogg in the white suit, that was our mayor.
He didn't only look like him, he acted like him.
Yeah, that's our mayor, Charlie Overstreet at the time. And I think I went through all of them. And then just up here at the top is a picture of the whole barbed wire choir.
Where are they? Where
together?
They're
on the front porch, and we love old
that's
houses.
our house. That's the house that we went and did the other. Yes, the only other one that's on the Harris house.
That's the Harris house.
That's the Harris house.
Yeah, because the steps are wide. Look at that transom. Is that what it's called above the window?
Yes.
And
that's the Harris house because look at the light fixture above it.
Yeah.
Well, holy cow! By the way, with Beth and Stacey, we just come full circle, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, that's the Harris house.
We're like Nancy Drew.
We are totally like that.
Okay. All right, Ty, thank you. But anyway, love my album. It still works. We still listen to it occasionally.
What did the city? I saw something from the city of Flora.
Yeah, so on the back was just a letter, a picture of a letter from Charles Overstreet to. It doesn't really say who he addressed it to. It just says explaining the whole thing, but. Ty, if you would zoom back in
one more
time on that letter part, because there is something go down a little bit, there's something very special on that letter. Do you guys see a autograph from Spencer Christian?
Oh, my Lanta.
He signed my album.
Oh, were you in heaven?
Yeah, that was really cool. So Spencer, let's talk about who Spencer Christian is. Spencer Christian is he's still alive, but he was the weatherman on Good Morning America for years and years, which my mom and dad watched Good Morning America every morning. It was always playing while I was getting ready for school.
Mm-hmm.
And so we always watched the weather. That was a big thing in our house. And he was the one that, I think it's ABC, sent to Flora to cover the whole event. We had a parade.
Oh, well, let's talk a little bit about like Good Morning America. Charlie Overstreet was on Good Morning America, and he was on the Joan Rivers show.
Yeah.
So, it literally
It was the Tonight Show, but Johnny Carson wasn't there.
It was the Tonight Show, when Joan Rivers was kicking.
She was filling in. Mm-hmm. I kind of wish it was Johnny Carson.
Oh, could you imagine? I don't know. I love
Johnny
Joan Rivers,
Carson.
So Joan Rivers.
I like Joan Rivers, too, but Johnny Carson.
I kind of remember that a little bit.
I really like Johnny
But
Carson.
so the fact that like the news media picked that up and Spencer Christian came to town, and there was also another famous person that came to town, and his name was Martin Lewis. He was a Los Angeles producer, and he came down. He actually was a producer of several Monty Python movies, and he came down.
I didn't know that. What did he do while he was here?
He came down for Is We Is. He just came down.
Was he going to make a movie out of us?
I don't know, but he came. One of his, he said it was one of the. He said it was one of the funniest things that he has ever seen, that he's ever seen on, a small town dude.
Producer of Monty Python movies thinks we are one of the funniest things.
Martin Lewis, yep. He's Los Angeles producer. He said anticipation and lots of laughs.
Aww.
Said it's the funniest thing he'd ever seen.
Well, that's awesome.
And one of Christian Spencer's, before we go to break real quick, said if he had been the governor, he would have given us that prison. He said Flora has shown ingenuity and a total absence of shame. But we need to go to a commercial break. We'll come back with more Is We Is.
Okay.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank. We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be.
Clay County State Bank.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It's the weekend, and your symptoms are worsening. The morning of a big meeting and you have a bigger sore throat. Ever experienced that urgency after picking up your sick child and your community health center has already closed? You will be able to connect to a provider at crhpc.org. Even if you have never been to CRHPC, you are welcome to utilize our services. Feel better after scheduling a video visit with CRHPC.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
Hello, and welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today we're talking about Is We Is.
Yes, we is.
We is.
We is talking but we about didn't. It. We didn't get our prison.
No, we didn't.
But it was sure fun in the process trying to figure it out.
It was.
Now, Beth, if I'm to be correct here, wasn't there a parade that came to Flora?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about a big old parade because I was having fun in Florida.
Oh,
so.
Right. Okay. So,
I
was pretty little, but yeah, I was there.
I was pretty little.
And I remember, like Charlie Overstreet, he went through in like the car that the convertible convertible car like they used in the video, and the white car. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yep.
Spencer Christian was also in a convertible, and he went through and waved at everyone. And then afterward, he went to Library Park and signed autographs.
Nice. Ty, let's pull up a pic. Let's start pulling up some of our picture. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Spencer
There's
Christian.
Spencer
Good Morning
Christian.
America, ABC.
Yeah, downtown Flora. The funniest thing they said, okay, so at the time, Flora's population was 5,400 people. They say for Is We Is, there were 4,000 people that came downtown to watch this parade.
Wow, everyone showed up.
And Jay Thatcher's in the car. That's Jay Thatcher sitting in the passenger side of the
kidding.
car. I just
Cool.
recognized that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Thatcher's dad.
It's interesting, the cameraman for ABC rode on the side of the car like that.
How?
Like,
oh, yeah.
Like there's probably a little, what do you call that? Like a
little
ledge or like a
yeah, I don't know what they call
I
those
don't know what they call
things.
Yeah,
that
I
you
don't
step
know if I
on.
can recognize anyone else in there, but that is right downtown Flora at the bank corner.
It sure is, because what can we see? Ollie's back there? Ollie's fashion sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And
beans.
Lucille's flower shop sign is right behind Ollie's. over down that
yeah,
way.
I forgot about
Man, I
that.
love Lucille's. That was a great place. But
Sure was.
yeah, so 4,000 people came down. I wonder whose car they're riding in. I don't know who the driver is.
I don't recognize
who's driving.
the
Jay,
car.
I'll have to message him and see.
Yeah, I bet he could tell
And
us.
actually, I got these pictures from the Effingham paper. This was all highlighted
Okay.
in the Effingham paper.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
so how cool is that? What other picture do we have, babe?
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yep, there's the sign, Flora 5,400. And that's Willie Thompson, Charlie Overstreet, and Frank Meatball Zimmerman.
Yeah, and they are at I think right now they're at the gazebo. They're at the gazebo or they're over there. Well, our gazebo, I don't know. I don't think our gazebo was built in '87. That's at Library Park.
I kind of think it might have been.
Well, what you think it was? Because
don't
they're
know.
not using it. They're on a flatbed. The next picture shows a flatbed.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Maybe
think the
not.
gazebo was built in '87. We'll have to find out when we
Okay.
do a library story. But yeah, how cool is that? Yeah,
Yeah.
there they are, so cute. I'm telling you what, look at all the cameramen.
Yeah.
Those are all that's Library Park, and that's all the.
It was a big deal, folks. I mean, all of the news people were there from all these different, ABC, NBC. I think they all showed up. The only one that sent like a celebrity, though, I think was ABC.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think Martin Lewis, the Monty Python director, would have been what you would have called the celebrity like Spencer Christian was.
Everyone recognized Spencer Christian.
Yeah,
but-
I love the pictures. And I like going through the crowd trying to see if I recognize
see if you know people.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4,000 people came to the parade, and it ended at Library Park for a live performance.
Oh, of the song? I don't
of the
remember
song. That's what it said in the newspaper.
Okay.
So, but this is what I read too. So they ended up at Library Park for a live performance, but it was lip synced.
Oh.
They just danced and lip synced.
Oh, funny. They weren't going to do it.
They were lip
For
syncing.
real?
So I bet the Barbed Wire Choir was the first people to do lip syncing in 1987.
Oh,
they were
maybe.
before Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, Milli Vanilli wasn't until the 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s. Oh, my gosh.
That parade lasted 15 minutes, so you had Spencer Christian come down and the Monty Python director, Martin Lewis, come down for a 15-minute parade. They said the Shriners Club had their widgets out.
Okay.
Which is a fan favorite. Everybody loves the widgets.
I don't.
You don't love
I'm
the
sorry to the Shriners. They do good work, I'm sure. Those things scare me. Do they not?
What?
I'm always afraid I'm going to get hit.
Well, don't
I'm
stand
like-
out in the middle of the...
I know.
Those guys...
I know, but
Those guys... And kudos to them, because those widgets sat on the ground.
Oh, I know.
You were on the ground. How some of them old
I don't
men...
even know how they fit.
I don't know how... There are a few of them, it's just like, I don't know how you're going to get him out of that widget. But I'm like, how do they even get out of it? Because, like, you're literally on the ground. Have you ever been in a kayak?
Yes.
We went kayaking when we were down in Florida one time on a river, and it was like your feet are way out here. It was almost impossible. Connor had to like pull his mother out of the kayak because I couldn't get out. So I'm flat on the ground, my feet are flat out. There's nothing to get a hold of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those guys in their widgets.
I would be the same way.
But
Why I
it
don't
was
do
always
that.
shocking if they come. But they never ran. I bet they never ran over anybody.
I've never seen him run over anyone.
I don't think
but
so
I'm
either.
Just worried
But
about
if
that.
anybody would be the first casualty, Beth, I'm pretty sure it would be you.
It would.
It would totally
It would
you.
be me. Mhm.
And the high school band came out and marched in that parade. 1987, there was a 120-member high school band. And, okay, so, Beth, I'm going to do a little trivia here. You were there. Are you cheating?
No, I'm looking at notes for my next point. I'm going to talk about what happened after.
What did the band play?
The band?
The band?
I don't remember.
Marching down. And the band wore black and white. They wore black and white striped, like they were in jail.
Then I'm going to guess Elvis's Jailhouse Rock, or what is it? Jailhouse?
Yes!
Yeah. I don't know. I just went with a theme. I'm a good guesser.
That was a good guess. But
you gave me a really good
The band played Jailhouse Rock.
Because my first gut feeling was like God Bless America or something like that.
Yeah, so so they played Jailhouse Rock. There were fire trucks and convertibles, and it was a big to-do.
Yes.
And another fun thought that I had here was like, to get a platinum record, you have to sell 1 million copies. But that Martin Lewis thought that it was so funny that he actually gave them a platinum record.
Oh, cool.
I wonder where it's at.
I don't know.
I read that in that paper. And it's
wonder
just
who
like,
has that. Shout out if anyone knows where that is.
I'll call Jackie Thatcher today and see if, 'cause I don't know. But like I said, it was like, they actually gave them a platinum record.
Well, that's cool.
I would. My guess is, if I was guessing which one of them would have it, I'd say Charlie Overstreet's family would probably have it. I would say he would have, or the Snyders may have had it since Bill wrote it. Bill and Shirley Snyder may have had it.
That's a good point.
So we'll have to find out who's got the platinum record because we would love to see it.
Yeah.
So what do you fancy Googling over there?
Well, I'm not Googling it. I just had it saved on my phone. I forgot to print it, but I have a couple things that ran in the paper that were like a response to the no, because it was a no. The Flora did not get the prison after everything that we did. We didn't get it. It went to Lawrenceville.
Yeah.
And actually, I think there was maybe 2 openings, and the other one went to Taylorville, I think.
Really? So
Flora didn't get
there
any.
were 2 at that time going
I think
out?
maybe, just judging from what was said here. So after all of this happened, there was a response written in the paper, kind of like an editorial by Jack Thatcher with his, and he put facts. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is a fact. The governor kind of glossed, when he said no, he glossed it over, and he tried to cover this is why I didn't pick them, is because their unemployment rate was not the lowest. I picked a town that was a lower. Well, of course, politics.
A higher unemployment, you mean?
Yeah, higher unemployment rate. Yeah, so anyway, it was kind of lies. He kind of covered it up with lies. And then,
he's a politician.
Yes.
And you got to take in consideration the 80s, this time of the 80s, oil prices plummeted.
Yeah.
Oil prices were down to $6 a barrel. We were big oil. Farming, this was like when Farm Aid started coming up, because farmers, we were having drought, so we were hit in the oil industry and we were hit in farming industry. So we were needing this prison really bad for Flora.
So this is what Jack wrote. He said, after reviewing the facts and statements made by the governor, Jim Thompson, and by Department of Corrections officials about the selection of Robinson, Taylorville, and Mount Vernon as prison sites over Flora, Streeter, and Decatur, the selection seemed to me to boil down to be political decisions instead of being based on criteria.
Yes.
Yes, as always. So the fact, the governor and Department of Corrections officials both said Robinson came in ahead of Flora because unemployment rates in Robinson were 11.3 and in Flora were 9.0 in May. It was not mentioned that the unemployment rate in Christian County, the Taylorville site, was only 7.2 in May and went down to 7.1% in June. So that, again, that was a lie.
That's a lie because in my notes that I found, we were at 18% unemployment in this time. So that's a big lie.
Well, then another fact, Mount Vernon had an unemployment rate of 9.9 in May, but the city had also received state grants recently for construction of a $200 million tire plant. That's there. And a new huge Walgreens distribution center. That's both there, which will create over 1,000 new jobs in the Mount Vernon area in the next 2 years. In addition, the governor awarded Mount Vernon with a large grant 2 months ago to develop a tourism project in the area. So Mount Vernon was getting multiple things. Flora was still nothing.
Got nothing. We got nothing, honey.
The governor and the Department of Corrections officials said a lack of state dollars feeding into a county would be a criteria factor. Besides the tourism grant for Mount Vernon, the city houses an armory, several state operations with Wren Lake Junior College nearby drawing state funds. Robinson also draws state funds for its junior college campus. Flora's and Clay County's only state facility is the Cumberland Trail Library System, which is no longer here, by the way.
Right.
So we didn't have any, basically,
We had
shortly after that, we had nothing.
Yeah.
So they were saying, the community with less state money will be a higher chance of getting it, and that was a total lie, because we had nothing but the library system. And
and like I said, and we were at such a high unemployment rate.
Department of Corrections officials said Flora and Robinson are too close together geographically to both receive a prison because the governor wanted to spread the wealth. By state highways, it is 65 miles from Robinson to Flora. 3 years ago, the governor awarded prisons to Canton and Mount Sterling, which are 58 miles apart. In addition, Mount Sterling is less than 30 miles from the prison at Jacksonville. Thursday, he awarded a prison to Mount Vernon, which is 30 miles from the prison located in Centralia.
Well, and the prison that we lost went to Lawrenceville, correct?
I think
so.
so.
The one and between, Robinson's what, 60 miles from Flora? Lawrenceville and Robinson are within probably 30 miles of each other, or like that too. So but there you go.
Yeah. Let's see. There was a lot of things in here, but basically, he really socked it to the governor. So he went through opinions, he went through facts, and he says it is very unlikely that any more decisions on locating prisons will be made during the Thompson administration. However, it is evident that more prisons will be built in the future, as well as other state facilities for other purposes. That means it is time for Clay Countyans to become politically active. It means that Clay County Democrats must get out and work very hard and contribute to the election campaign fund of Neil Hartigan, who wants to be our next governor. It means that Republicans must get out and work very hard and contribute to the election campaign fund for Jim Edgar, who wants to be our next governor. If Flora wants to be recognized in state politics, then our citizens must become very active at the state level. So he goes on to say a lot of other things, but he really socked it to the governor in this article. Did the governor ever see it? I doubt it.
I doubt it.
But I hope he did, and I hope he was like, yeah, he kind of exposed me. I mean, I did lie about all of that.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely lied about it.
So,
yeah. Let's take another commercial break, and then we'll come back here shortly and talk a little bit more about that letter that Jack Thatcher wrote to the governor.
Sounds good.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
The insurance specialists have options to tailor to your needs at CSI Insurance Brokers. Experienced insurance brokers at CSI are skilled with all types of insurance plans and policies and represent many companies, including Safeco Insurance. You'll benefit from their detailed expertise, unbeatable premiums, and commitment to customer service. CSI Insurance Brokers and Safeco Insurance Company, providing affordable rates on quality insurance since 1952.
For over 50 years, at your locally owned and operated Royal King Supply in Salem and Olney, we've helped you and your neighbors enjoy an easy country lifestyle. We carry the most thorough sporting goods department around with a huge variety of hunting and fishing gear, camping equipment, and a variety of firearms for any need. Our team is here to help you find whatever you need. Open every day, it's Royal King in Salem and Olney, your locally owned farm and home store.
And welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I am Stacey Earlywine, and we are rounding up our story on Is We Is.
Yes, so we just talked about the response from our community to the governor after he passed us up. But one thing I didn't realize that happened afterward is that they wrote another song.
Okay.
Bill Snyder wrote another song. And it says... The new anthem will replace Is We Is, the song which placed Flora in the national spotlight. Bill Snyder, who penned Is We Is, came up with a new song set to the music of the original. The new song was recorded late Thursday night. Already, a portion of the song has been heard on national television when members of the Barbed Wire Choir sang the chorus during an interview on Good Morning America. So they went back to Good Morning America.
Good Morning America just didn't have it
They
up.
followed up with them.
They wanted more.
The new song is titled We'll Survive Without a Prison. Now, I'm going to tell you the lyrics. I'm not going to sing them along with this.
I got to hear this.
It don't seem right we lost again. Did everything we could to win. But we'll survive without a prison. Comes to quitting, Flora isn't. We'll survive without a prison. Comes to quitting, Flora isn't. Hunter Douglas was so kind to want to make Venetian blinds. Within the walls of Flora's prison, lost $250,000 on this one. Huh? I'm not sure I'm following that one. I'm going to think about that.
Okay.
Our time's a-coming, wait and see. Just won't come so easily. But we'll survive without a prison. Comes to quitting, Flora isn't. We don't believe in that word can't, so we'll bring in another plant. We'll survive without a prison. Comes to quitting, Flora isn't. That's the end of it. And it says, there's no word yet if the Barbed Wire Choir is going to record a new video to go with the new song, but anything is possible.
Mm-hmm. Well, and to be perfectly honest, we didn't get a prison, but that group, when Jack Thatcher was mayor, and that group, Charlie Overstreet, those guys were implemental in getting our industrial park built back up. So we didn't get a prison, but we got North American Lighting.
Yes.
We got Hella.
Uh-huh.
They built up.
Our industrial park is really great compared to other towns.
We have one of the best industrial parks in Southern Illinois.
We do,
from what I understand.
Yeah.
And so
they
we didn't get a prison.
We appreciate that. So.
And we did. So
they were right. We'll get another plant. We did. We didn't quit.
No,
we don't quit. We're not quitters.
No way.
Even though I was only like 7 or 8 years old at the time.
Yeah,
I didn't quit.
Well, you know how much you paid for that record?
No. Is there a price on it?
$4.
Oh, $4. Well, I didn't pay anything for it. It's probably my parents.
Oh, probably.
And technically, this may be their album, not really mine.
Yeah.
But I just have always had it in my room.
But you basically just stole it.
Yeah, I did. I stole it probably.
Well, it's funny. I didn't even realize this, but apparently during the time of Is We Is, when we were fighting to get the prison, there were 30 other communities wanting the prison too.
31.
So it would be interesting. I mean, he told us. Well, he lied. The governor lied about what but it would be. It would be interesting to see exactly why they stuck it where they did, because it's Lawrenceville, but to me it almost seems like it's literally as soon as you get out of Richland County right there.
It's not all the way to Lawrenceville for sure.
Yeah, and we were talking about that. They're not really they're actually like Robinson Correctional, Lawrenceville. You know, they're actually, I'm surprised they're not county prisons.
Well,
like Richland County, Crawford County Prison, but they are actually the names of the town.
Yeah, they're named after the town that they're closest to.
Interesting.
I don't know.
So and it's another interesting fact is then 25 years later, so, we lost the prison, we've got Hella, we got NAL, we've got all this industry coming in, and then we focus on the depot. This Jack Thatcher and some of these groups, they want to renovate the depot because they loved their town.
Yeah.
They wanted it to thrive. They card for it.
And there's not really another group of men today that I can compare this to.
I can't either.
I mean, can you guys think of 6 or 7 or 8 people that are just like every single day getting out there and trying to bring jobs to Clay County or trying to clean up our town? Or
there hasn't been.
It's hard to find people that will volunteer their time, put their time into the community like those guys did.
Well, and on that record cover, you got 3 mayors: Charlie Overstreet, Bill Ridgway, and Jack Thatcher were all mayors. I mean, I would beg to say you could probably take a poll in Florida. I bet a lot of people don't even know who our mayor is. Which is sad. Nobody
pays attention.
I mean, we preach this all the time, and if you want your community to thrive, we have got to get involved. You have got to get it, and they were right. You have got to get involved politically. You've got to get involved when things are coming around. And when I say get involved, I don't mean slamming everybody on Facebook after an event went over that you didn't like. You've got to get involved because small towns, I mean,
get out there and volunteer. Like Stacey and I are involved in a few different things, and we always need more help. So
always need help.
If you're looking for a way to get involved in the community, reach out to one of us. You can contact us. By the way, with Beth and Stacey at gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is, by the way, with Beth and Stacey. And we're on YouTube, by the way, with Beth and Stacey. You can always comment on one of our videos there. But yeah, reach out to us.
And what's fun about this, too, is that 25 years after Is We Is, they actually made DVDs and they sold them to start raising money to restore the historic depot.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And that's some of the money that came in that helped kick off that project.
That's right. So everything's just tied to everything else. And it's you know, we're all trying to do our best, and we all want Flora to succeed. And but the way you help succeed is to not be negative and jump in and pitch in and help. And it's just we live in a great community.
Yeah,
now, what's a little controversy over here? Do you think it was a good thing we didn't get the prison?
I do think it's a good thing we didn't get the prison. But you differ.
I kind of differ on that a little bit. What's your...
I just feel like we ended up with better stuff. And so if we had got the prison, would we have went after all of that other industry? Maybe not.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's been a blessing to our community. And two, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of like all of these prisoners and their families like coming to visit them. All these people in our community that are like strangers that are maybe bad people.
Bad guys.
Bad guys. I don't want them around my kids. I know they're locked up. But it makes me, as a mom, it makes me nervous.
Yeah, I kind of like wonder what would have happened. I'd like to talk to people like, I don't know a lot of Lawrenceville people, but like Jim is from Robinson, and they have that correctional facility, and they've never mentioned that it hurt their community.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see, because it's not like Robinson's a great community and it's beautiful and
right. Well, and
I always wonder but it does make you wonder if we got that prison. But this group of guys, I bet you once they got the prison, they would have wanted more.
Yeah, maybe so.
I think they would have went after all the industry too.
And I did grow up in Harrisburg, and there was a prison right down the street from me. It's called IYC, Illinois Youth Correctional. It's youth. It's the bad kids. It's juvie. And it was right down the road from where we lived. I never once saw a car coming or going from that. Yeah, there were people that parked in the back that worked there, but I mean, it had absolutely no significance on anything in our town.
Yeah,
like it didn't hurt us in any way. It wasn't scary.
Well, because everybody's like, what if they escape? Well, if they escape, chances are they ain't going to hang out there.
Yeah, they're
going to come to Flora.
As fast as they can, they're going to keep going. Yeah.
That was my other thing. It's like, well, if they do escape, the chances are they ain't going to hang around that area. They're going to hit the road.
Yeah, they're going to try to either get out of the country or go to a community that is like so far out of the way no one will search it.
Yeah, that's going to
be us.
Oskaloosa. They're going to Oskaloosa.
In fact, there was a guy that escaped from like the county police back this past year, and he was loose in that area.
That's
Remember that?
Right.
And I thought, I bet like there's no like out by my grandpa's area, the pond and stuff. I'm like, gosh, somebody could camp out back there. No one would know you were there forever.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's so far out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's what I always thought.
No one would find you.
They'd never find the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to, I don't know, think about. Well, we'll never know.
Yeah, we
but
won't never know.
But what we do have is We Is.
That's right. We have great memories. And
we have great memories.
We have a great story of how Flora was put on the map in 1987.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome.
I love it too. Good memories.
It's a lot of fun. Let me see. We're a little ahead of schedule here. Let's talk a little bit about our rules to live by.
Ooh, okay.
I think we covered everything that we wanted to cover. Ha! This is kind of interesting. My rule for today, rules to live by. What others think of you is none of your business.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that either. I feel like it is my business. I don't care what others...
You don't like me? I want to know why.
Yeah.
Call me up later. Well, no, don't call me up today. But, yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder what they mean by that. What others think of you.
I think they're probably saying if other people don't like you, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. You can't change it. But I don't know.
Uh-huh. Well, I am that weirdo that... I don't know. I don't know. It's like I want to know what people. I don't know. Okay, so real quick, do you ever watch the X-Men?
No.
What? Okay. So everybody out there if you watch the X-Men, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Okay, there was a show in the 1980s, and this girl could freeze time, and she'd go like that, and everything around her would freeze, but her. I want that superpower.
What? Why?
Why?
So you could eat the Twinkie and nobody see you? I don't know.
No, I could get everything done. I could get everything done. So I'm running behind. I don't have time to, like, I got all these different jobs to do and kids to take care of and cook meals to cook. And I would just like freeze everything and be like, okay, what do I want to do first? Like everybody else around me is frozen. Okay, I think I'll do this. I'll do 12 loads of laundry real quick, fold them, put them away, and then unfreeze. Okay, guys, let's go to the park. Mommy's got all of her work done. Let's go to the park.
Your superpower would be stop time.
It would.
Mine would be, well, I have several that I would want. I would want super strength.
Uh-huh.
I would want strength because I'd never open up a jar of pickles.
Oh, really?
I have to hit it, but I would want super strength. I think being able to fly would be super cool because whatever natural disaster's happening, if you were strong and you could fly, you just pick up your family and hang out above till everything's done. Think about that for a minute.
That's pretty cool, unless the bomb was like falling from above.
Well, then you'd just go fast that way because you could fly really fast. But I thought about that the other day because we were watching some X-Men or the Wolverine movies, and that one can read minds. I think that would be the one I would not want because I am obsessed with rules. What others think of you is none of your business. Could you imagine if you could read somebody's mind? What?
Isn't there a movie about that? And you can hear everything in someone's head. And then...
Really?
Yeah.
And so, like, you and I would be like, oh, Stacey, I don't like your jean jacket. Without saying it, I'd be like, really, Beth?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be walking, people would be like, oh, God, here comes Stacey. She's so loud I can hear her through Walmart. I'd be like, yeah, you bet you can.
I'd be mad all the time.
I would be so...
I don't want that superpower.
Yeah, because I want to be like, oh, does this look nice? Yes, it does.
The name of the TV show was Out of This World. Do you guys remember that? Out of This World?
I don't remember that.
Her dad was an alien. Her mom was American.
No, what year was... No.
1987, probably.
Yeah, when
I bet. No, it might have been a little later. I bet it was more like, I don't know. I bet Ty's working on it for me, but I'm going to say Out of This World was probably 1988.
Our great producer, Ty.
87, it was!
How did you do that?
I don't know. It's all up here in my head. I watched a lot of TV as a child.
Well, in 87, you were watching TV. 87, I was hanging out on the beach. And it was glorious.
I was watching
And I don't remember a lot of that summer. It was the best summer of my life. I loved 1987.
I think it was. I don't remember.
How funny is it? See, think about that, though. If you could stop time, that would almost be like you could drive fast. But if you could fly, I could had strength and I could fly. I could pick you up right now, and you and I could fly down to Panama City Beach and be there in like, well,
how fast can you fly?
If we fly like Superman, faster than his.
But I would totally take. Do you ever watch Star Trek where they just
beam you up?
Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. I would do that.
Yeah. Ooh, and there's one of them little X-Men guy that's kind of like that. Oh, he doesn't fly, but like he grabs you and you just he's a teleporter.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we want to be teleporters.
Yes, like Harry Potter. Apparate. I just want to apparate.
Okay. Well, that's all the time we have today.
Oh, wow, we're out.
It doesn't take us much to go on a tangent. We are so glad you joined us. By the way, Beth and Stacey, you have a glorious day and God bless you.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.